When have they ever been oppressed?
No, but like maybe not slavery.
It depends on the tribe. I mean, Ashkenazi people are white passing.
You're
Yeah,
Jewish, right?
yeah.
They're still.
I'm a white person.
Are you white?
Yeah.
Forms of
So
the Irish, the Italian.
guys, hold on. One person at a time. So, okay.
I don't think I'm oppressed in America.
Jewish people were white people.
Yeah.
Jewish people were clearly oppressed
We're not
in
talking
Europe.
about. We're not talking about there though. I'm talking about in America, because each place has different people that they've oppressed. Like, it's not always the same races getting oppressed throughout different countries.
Yeah, white people. Okay, do you think the Irish are white?
I mean, yeah, they're white skin. They're.
Okay, what
They've had their own oppression.
Are Italians white? Italians.
I don't know.
They're white.
Okay.
So Irish and Italian immigrants here definitely faced oppression. Absolutely faced oppression. But I'm not really interested in the systemic level here. I'm just asking you, even on an individual level, there's individual racism. And I asked you, if a black person punches a white person or kills them, for example, because they're white, you say, no, that's not racism.
Well, if we're not going off systemic racism, I guess it would be like a hate crime.
But why is it the case that if on an individual level, a white person walks up to a black person, punches them in the face, you say that's racist? That's not systemic racism. Systemic racism would be like an institution barring black people from being in the institution, right? So I'm talking on the individual level of racism, where a black person walks up to a white person, punches them in the face, you say that's
Anya
not racism.
Matusevich also likes a lot of survival
racism.
techniques
What would
and
it be then?
uses guns herself.
Punching a person
Because I'm
in
reading
the
survival
face.
with Locky Sawbook.
Yeah, it's being hateful.
So,
I don't think it's
yeah, I don't know that reasonable.
racist, though.
Okay,
This book at least.
so wait, hold on. Your
It's a familiar podcast
definition
you haven't
is
noticed right now.
prejudice plus
One of the
power.
podcasts
Is
that
that
I've done
correct?
before
yeah.
after the other one.
Or, well, that's what I asked you if it was, but is that your definition?
It's
Don't worry if you don't know what I'm saying right now. Just chilling. Just chilling right now.
being oppressed.
This is
you know,
parts I already read
So,
before in the book.
You're saying you need to have, your group needs to have power in society, and only then, even on an individual level, you can be racist to somebody on an individual level.
I think for the most part, yes.
Can black people be racist towards Asian people?
Yes.
But Asian people have a pretty good socioeconomic position in the United States.
I mean, they still face depression.
Which group of Asian people? All Asian people?
I think anyone who's not white faces judgment and oppression.
So it's just white people.
Anyone,
It's
okay.
contradictory to what you said
So if-
before.
I'm a bit confused though. So what if you're a first generation immigrant and you just came here 5 years ago? Do you think the United States is currently systemically oppressive to Filipinos?
I don't know. I'm not
How
a
about
Filipino.
any Asian country? Do you think the United States is currently actively systemically oppressive
Systemically, no.
towards any? Okay,
I
so
think
if you just
personally
came
there is
here,
personal racism towards Asian people. Like, there's going to be people who are
not from
racist.
black people, though.
Open the camera up again.
Or would it be from black people?
I
There
don't
we go.
know. I'm honestly lost at this point. I'm gonna be so for real with you.
But okay.
I feel like I'm going in circles.
Guys, how about this? If Barack Obama, when he was president, refused to hire white janitors at the White House, would this be evidence of systemic oppression?
I mean, I don't think so.
So just to be clear, your definition of oppression, or sorry, racism.
Because there's not a history of it in
There
society.
has to be a history of
It has to be a pattern. It's not just a
pattern.
one-off thing. It's a long-term,
there
sustained
has to be,
oppression of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much ground we're going to actually be able to get, because your definition is completely ridiculous and not widely accepted. So this is, I think, a thing where you basically just redefine the terms of the conversation to suit your worldview, so that you basically can never be, you're just redefining
I mean, that's
terms.
what I've learned and I've been taught. So that's what I'm going
Who
to go.
taught you?
My education, my schooling.
Your
That is
high
what
school?
we are.
Did you learn it in high school?
No, college.
In college, yeah. We should completely get rid of college subsidies. This is ridiculous that we're teaching college students that a black person can't be racist to a white person, or a white person can never experience racism in the United States. How about this though? If I go to Africa, where let's say I go to Nigeria or Kenya, and I don't know, a black person in Kenya beats me up because I'm white. Have I experienced racism
Yes.
then?
Because
Why?
you're not the person in power. You're not.
Just seems like such an arbitrary, totally arbitrary. Okay, so I can't. So if I go to a country where white people aren't the majority, I can face racism there.
Yeah.
So if I go to China, I can face racism.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so I don't know why we need to muddy the waters with these like retooled definitions of racism. It just seems kind of pointless and silly. But so you're saying white people can't experience racism in the United States,
Not in.
but they can experience it in other countries.
Yes, if they are not the majority.
Okay, all right, that's a bit of.
Just because you haven't like experienced it, that doesn't mean like it happens. Like it's like a regular thing. Like it's personal. Like it's not like of course like a mature. Like it's personal though.
You see a bunch of people going up and calling white people slurs
Yes.
because they're white. Because
Yeah.
I've never once seen that in my life or heard of
Yeah.
it.
Just because you live in like
There was a guy who literally got killed. We have a Trumper here and got literally murdered.
Like,
What was
it
in
happens.
Portland?
Well, no, we had a woman who was on like the subway or something.
Oh,
and she
Irina
sat-
Zarutska.
Yeah, she sat in front of a black guy,
Oh.
and the black guy.
Wasn't he having a mental health
That was in
crisis?
Charlotte. And then he said, I got
black
that
guy-
white girl. I got that white
But it
girl.
wasn't because she was white. It's because he was having a mental health
It's
crisis.
interesting how you can be charitable when the narrative doesn't suit you.
I would
But if
say-
somebody was having like a conservative was having a mental health crisis and they like murked a
I would
POC,
say the same thing.
If a person murked a POC, you'd be like, oh my god, this is clear-cut evidence of like right-wing extremism.
I wouldn't. If they were
Completely
having a mental
ridiculous.
health crisis, I would say the same thing.
So that's
Right.
okay if they're
So-
having a mental health
yeah.
crisis.
It's not okay. It doesn't make it right. But that's not. They're not doing it because of the race. They're doing it because they're having a mental health
Yeah,
crisis.
do we
That's
do we actually have any evidence? I mean, so okay, can
they said that that's why he was doing it.
couldn't we just like hand wave away any sort of? I think anybody who's inclined towards murder, couldn't we just say everyone is going through a bit of a mental health
I mean, I'm
crisis?
pretty sure he was in a full psychotic episode from what they reported and his history, what his people who knew him said.
After they released him for the 13th time.
Yeah, which I don't agree
Good
with
point.
either because
I'm
people
going to
had said
psychosis
that
right
he
now.
was a danger because of his mental health.
But he literally said, I got that white girl. There was other black people,
think that
But it
African
wasn't
Americans
because
up
she
in...
was white. He's just,
Wait, so
said,
why
I
would
got that white girl.
yeah.
Did you
She's
just...
a white girl. That's not because she's
Also,
white.
it's just
do
an
you-
observation.
Do you think if she was black, do you think she would have been murdered?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah. I think
Well,
it was
I
just
suppose
who was
we-
around him when he was having his issues.
Well, no, because there
It
is a
was a crime
black...
of opportunity.
There's a black woman there,
To,
too.
Yeah.
to write about.
There
Yeah.
are plenty.
I don't
could've
think it
got
was
her
because
too.
of her race.
Well, I think we can be willing to grant that he was going through a mental health crisis, but I do think it's the case if she was a black woman, probably wouldn't have killed her.
I disagree with that.
Well, I guess there's no way to know for sure, but
Yeah.
okay. So wait, hold on. We got the racism. Okay, can't be racist towards white people. I think it started. You were saying you can't be sexist towards men or something. We got into you being a misandrist.
Yeah, I don't know if I would actually classify myself as a misandrist because, like, I've tried my best to establish I really do aim for peace and joy and bliss for everybody.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't really, and I have a lot of men that I have all of 2 or 3 men that I love dearly. I don't think that women can be sexist to men because there could
Can a
be.
white woman be sexist towards a black man?
I think that she can be, what is it called? She can fetishize him. There's there's a fetishization of black men by white women. You should look into it. It's pretty interesting.
Well, who's more oppressed, black men or white women?
That is a wonderful question. A lot of people actually describe it as a diamond. So, like, white men at the top here, white women here, black men here, and then black women at the bottom.
You're saying, hold on, historically, from a historical standard, well, even modern day, I would make the case. You think that white women had it worse than black men?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
So black men had it worse. So on your stupid diamond or whatever,
It's not my diamond.
wouldn't black men have to be here, white women here?
Well, it's all
You can make the
relative.
argument for either one because black men, slaves got the right to vote before any woman did.
That's a bit dubious, I think, but
That it's true because the amendments came in a certain order, I guess. That part is true, but obviously women, or white women specifically, will make that specific distinction: white women versus black men.
were white women ever slaves in this country?
Technically, no, not in the same way that black men or black people were.
Yeah. So I don't know if not having voting rights a few years earlier than women.
That's what I was about to say.
Although I think there's some dispute as to, like, in practice, a lot of black people actually didn't have quite as much access to the right to vote until, like, later periods of time.
That's true, like the 60s.
So, whereas women had, what's the word for it? Women had,
Suffrage or no?
no, there's another word for it. Enfranchisement.
Or
Like, practically speaking, white women had, from a practical perspective, enfranchisement more than black men did.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just pulling that shit out. I don't know.
I would say that that's more than likely the case.
Yeah.
Do you believe that all people have the right to vote?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to know what
illegals?
standpoint.
I agree.
Coming
I
up.
think I don't know how to
If
say.
they're living in a
Right,
country,
I was saying.
they should be able to vote for what happens in their country and community.
Okay. I don't understand, though, how a woman can't be sexist towards a man. I don't see how that makes sense.
Well, I think that it's kind of similar in the way that a white person can't be racist to a black person. It's punching up versus punching down. So, once again, it comes with the redefining of the term racism, the term sexism.
Yeah, I
don't want to use
So much
arbitrary
extra work, in my opinion.
That's what debate is thought and thinking and analyzing yourself.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, but okay, check this out. If I just redefine, I want to redefine necrophilia as, I define necrophilia as anybody named, your name's Caitlin?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice to meet you, Brian.
Yeah, I just,
on here.
okay. I redefine necrophilia, anybody
I love
who's
this book,
named
by the way.
Caitlin is a
Holy crap.
necrophiliac.
Well,
Then the
necrophilia.
definition's fucking
When I
useless.
first went over to read the book, I
Exactly.
But it
enjoyed
would
it.
serve
I had to really get
massively
yourself
to be
together, the
able
habit,
to
to build the
label
motivation,
you as
the
a
motivation, and the
necrophiliac.
positive habit of reading a
Like,
book
that
like
would be
this.
really-
Because I really
that'd be
enjoy it,
like
but I have to
a
actually be willing to read it.
nice win to be like,
And not just force
fucking
yourself all the
dunk
time.
on
But
this
force yourself is how I
person
get myself
fucks
started to do it.
corpses and shit.
So, you know.
Well, no, because I'm a necrophiliac because my name is Caitlin, not because I fuck corpses at that point.
Yeah, but people's understanding of the term necrophilia is something besides that.
Well, if we're establishing your definition here,
Study
and
habits.
then you use that
Yeah.
my name to.
I'm gonna
define me
bring
as
the
a
camera
necrophiliac.
down while I'm finishing
Even
this
if
chapter.
If you've butchered
That's
the
that's
definition
better.
of racism
Also,
so
the
much
chapter,
that it
so you don't have to look at my face all the damn time.
It only suits your
But,
worldview.
yeah,
It
we'll be good
basically
for
just
this.
means nothing.
That's
That's what
not
I'm
what
trying
I'm
to
doing.
point out. You said that the racism sexism thing, it's like you can't be racist towards men, you can't be racist towards white people. It's because you've completely changed this definition to have to incorporate some sort of historical oppression. I don't see that's never been the standard for what racism is. And if you ask most people, that's not what it is. This is a new invention by woke people like you who want to butcher language.
I really would rather not butcher language, but you're right. You're right that it's arbitrary and it's not super strong to shift the semantics around, just because of the historical context. You're not wrong about
We
that.
have the
Butcher
women.
language like Nazis and fascism.
Y'all are quoting the wrong person.
I was gonna ask, were you pointing at me or her? Oh, okay.
We're the leftists here.
Oh, okay. So I was actually gonna ask because it seems like you might disagree with her opinion on. Can you give us like your definition of it?
Okay.
Because it seems like you disagree with her on it.
Yeah, I do disagree. I disagree with her arguments. I
Probably
understand
first one
the
chapter before I get to
principles.
the off video.
Coming from.
Yeah. That's what I'm.
Her?
The number two.
I don't see it.
I just make sure. I want to make sure we're not arguing with somebody over
things from other
something you don't
We
even
have
believe.
different
I can see where she's
arguments.
coming from. I don't agree.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Yeah.
You're
I
wrong, too.
disagree with what I'm saying. You can think that all you
You're
want.
wrong.
Where's your education from?
Credentials.
Oh, I dropped out of college. Yeah.
Why?
What do you
Backstory. Let's drop some lore on Brian.
That'll be for another day.
Oh,
that'll be for another day. But yeah, college is kind of a waste of time. But for me, anyways.
I agree.
Here I don't know if this is pasty.
A message from the government of Canada.
I'll play it now.
Fallen_app donated
Can we boost the audio?
$200.04. One question.
All the
Is
way.
it sexist for women to cross the street at night to avoid men? Why is the same not true for white people to cross the street to avoid black people? Is it not avoiding violence?
Do you want to answer that?
That is a surprisingly okay question. And I could see where you're coming from there. Both are for safety. Both the purpose behind both of those actions is for safety. Now, the white person crossing the street, their lack of a sense of safety is coming from things like scapegoating and propaganda that they've been fallen victim to. Women crossing the street for safety is coming from either their personal lived experience or the lived experience of women around them.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
let me
part
say,
of this-
hold on, let me say, set this up. So, okay, you're basically saying justified for women to cross the street because they've had their own bad experiences with men, and then they've heard bad experiences with other women, and maybe they can look at crime statistics, and those crime statistics will actually show that men do perpetrate some crimes more often or at a disproportionate rate.
90% of violent crimes are committed by men. At least 90.
I would have to look at it. I'd probably dispute it a little
What's
bit.
the other
but,
statistic?
but
What's the other statistic?
But essentially, so is this your position?
Okay.
It's okay for women to have fear or to cross the street because their own personal bad experiences and crime statistics. Is that your standard?
Yes.
Great. Okay, what's stopping a white person who's had a bad experience with a black person and then pointing to crime statistics, which do seem to indicate that black people per capita commit certain violent crimes more often than white people? What's preventing them, which by the way, just to be clear, I think racism is wrong. I think racism is bad. We should judge people at an individual level.
I agree.
But from your perspective, your frame, your lens, what would actually be wrong with a white person from arriving at basically a racist position?
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with it for a white person being racist against black people?
There is.
Answer the question.
I just did. Okay, but I'll
There's nothing.
answer it first.
Wait, so there's nothing wrong with white people being racist if they meet your two criteria. They had a bad experience with a black person, and they can show you crime statistics that show that black people commit certain crimes more often than white people.
I'm saying that it is justifiable for white people in general, to act in a way that they feel protects their safety to a certain extent. Now, the reasoning behind that can be either logical and, regardless, within this argument, it's fear-based. It's fear-based. Now, does that mean it's right or wrong? Yeah, for both. Does that mean it's right or wrong? Not necessarily. Not all these men that I'm avoiding in the street are gonna be bad and murderous. But does that make it unethical for me to cross the street? No, it just makes me put my safety first. And a white person, like I said, they're coming from two different standpoints. White, like the
I'm actually reading the book. I'm not trying to
statistics are
pretend.
different
I am
from
faking this stuff, bro.
men,
Holy crap.
white men, being afraid of
No,
men
I'm
versus
enjoying the
being
book. I
afraid of
really
white
am.
people
I
in
like this a
general.
lot. Quiet
sorry, being
time.
afraid of
The
black
content does
people.
make sense.
Um,
Casual content,
I mean,
authentic.
differences in
You
safety.
Authentic
basically
content
just have
for
to
you,
make the
boys.
Same exact
Yo.
logical
Sorry.
allowance, though. So if the allowance for women is you had a bad experience with a man or multiple men, you have your own anecdotal, your own experience. You could even include in that you had a friend or multiple friends who've had bad experiences with men. And then the other thing is you can be like, well, it's not just my own experience. Here are these crime statistics.
Yeah.
Logically, you would have to make an allowance, the same allowance for white people as it relates to race.
I know,
You'd
I
have to
just
make the
said
same
that.
allowance.
I just said that.
Okay.
Okay, well, why ask me the same question?
If you're
three
fine,
times?
okay. Well, if you're fine with that, that's.
Obviously, I oppose racism. Hopefully,
Do you oppose sexism then?
yes.
Not against men, because you don't believe that women can be sexist towards men.
Honestly, you're right. I'm going to concede with that. I think that the way that I picture it is more on a systemic level, but you're right, on the individual level, I will say that women can be sexist against
Okay,
men.
Anya, I'm gonna have you read these two chats.
Scott Bessent, a man, the Secretary of Treasury, was appointed by Trump, who literally has a husband. Trump is just as woke as the left. I agree. Plus, communists will never understand humans are inherently evil.
I don't think Trump cares.
Thoroughly.
Brian, you need to watch the interview of ex-KGB Yuri Bezmenov with your panel right now. He describes the BS that chair number 2 is spewing. It will clear up all this... It will clear up this stupid round and round you are having.
I think I've seen that a long time ago. I'm familiar with the interview you're referencing. I mean, so much of discourse with like leftists or progressives is basically them just not like intentionally misunderstanding you, so you basically can't have a conversation. But okay, let's move it on to let's move it on to this.
Get some chopped liver. Try.
Charlie Kirk, or pretending to like not understand what you're talking about or whatever. Really quick, because I recall while I was away, Charlie Kirk came up. Really quick question. I know it was a while ago at this point, but what do you think about what happened to Charlie?
I think that we should have stricter gun protections to prevent things like that.
But why the hesitation? There seems to be I detect hesitation.
I don't like the rhetoric that he spread.
I think that's fine to disagree with Charlie Kirk, but it seems like you're holding back a little bit on something. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
What are you holding back on?
I wasn't sad about it.
Well, I don't think that there's an obligation for people who dislike somebody to mourn that person if something happens, but...
It's not true.
But I think that's still not quite getting...
I'm still trying to listen, not really.
Maybe...
not really reading the book, but I'm still listening, if I can help it.
Were you glad?
If I hear Anya's voice, it's definitely something I listen to. You guys don't know much.
I can answer that truthfully and say no, because, like...
Did you rejoice?
And maybe even Brian.
I giggled a little bit at the video. I giggled.
Yikes,
We'll see.
What?
And you're the bulwark. I don't know if am I saying that? You're the bulwark of like moral. Like you giggled when somebody was assassinated. Okay.
You want good rights, and you want everyone to be like.
Yeah. Well, here. What's going on with Chair? Is she coming back or? Okay. Well, before we get into that, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't agree with killing someone ever.
But do you think maybe you wouldn't do it? But can you understand? Like, do you think it was justified?
No, I don't think it was justified.
Okay.
I could see what thought process would lead someone to that, but I don't agree with it whatsoever.
Now, sure. Do you think people rejoicing in his death? Do you think that's justified?
Once again, I can see why, but I don't agree with it.
Can see why. Okay. All right. I don't know. You were probably you were celebrating. It seems like
I didn't celebrate.
You were happy. You were happy.
Charlie party.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's people I strongly disagree with, but I wouldn't want anybody to be like, for example, Kamala Harris. Like, that would be fucking terrible if she had been assassinated or something. Like, I wouldn't be
almost 24 minutes and I'm ready
for I wouldn't be rejoicing. That would be fucking bad. That's bad. Because look, with the violence thing, you know, that creates what's the right word for it? Oh my god, I'm blanking.
It's the ideology of it's okay to punch Nazis. So once you start labeling everyone a Nazi, it's okay to punch Nazis because.
Well, I think you can
so
punch
pretty
Nazis,
against
but I'm
nice.
someone in
The
the
sky's pretty, and then also
it's
the
that idea. I'm
scents are nice.
generalizing it, but it's that
I don't know what I'm talking about,
ideology where.
Why haven't you punched Anya?
Would you
It
kill
smells some
Hitler if
cool
you got
ass
the chance?
pecans, I don't know.
Now, like knowing all that he did, that's a big like.
I don't know. Would you kill baby Hitler?
If I
Baby
knew,
Hitler.
if I knew,
When?
Do you think Hitler's are
When
made
would
or
I
born?
kill Hitler? What do you mean? Like
I
what?
don't know.
I would get him
What
into
time?
that art school.
When he's baby
11:59 p.m. I don't know what time.
Well, as soon as he became, I mean, there's certainly, I don't think there would be any dispute. As soon as Germany became a belligerent nation against the United States, yeah, you could like teleport and kill Hitler. Yeah, that'd be totally fine.
Yeah, I think so.
There could even be some argument for, at some point even prior, certainly a point prior to that, but baby Hitler, I don't know. I actually
It'd be hard to do, but
Like
if
just
we're
stab
saving
baby Hitler.
millions of people, it's like 1 for 7, 8 million.
I don't know, would you stab baby Trump?
Wait, I'm still stuck on the fact that you preach peace and you said you giggled when a man got shot.
No, it's very. I'm not gonna say I'm like the most morally best or whatever, but
You were probably posting memes. I bet you were posting
no,
memes.
I didn't. I don't want the government to come after me.
It's okay. There's certain people that you just don't debate with because they don't come to debates with good faith or like if you're not okay with saying that is something disgusting and that a mother and her 2 children now have to live without a dad that got brutally murdered in front of his whole country. I'm sorry, dude, but we're not arguing in good faith. Like
The left is more violent, honestly.
they are.
Who is she talking to?
I don't know, but you haven't you heard Anya say some things you really disagree with?
I've heard her say things I agree with and things I disagree with. Yeah.
Why haven't you punched her yet?
Because she's
not
not
Nazi.
harming. We had this talk when you were
She
gone.
wants to deport.
Okay, we're back. That's my bad.
We had this conversation.
Okay,
I think if
Yo,
you're not
chapter
actively
11.
harming someone,
I'm
I
not
wouldn't. But if
here.
you're actively
I'm
harming
reading a book.
Let me
I
bring
didn't
it
say
back
anything
for a
should be
moment
yet.
to dating.
Chapter
When you date
11,
Luigi
folks.
Mangione,
Chapter 11 is Stonemont Series
into-
version.
in- closer to the mic.
And then I'm gonna have
Yes.
When you
to
date Luigi
put that to
Mangione,
the
I
side,
have a boyfriend.
if you were single,
lift this up,
I
and
don't
be
know,
like,
probably not.
going around the table.
read 2 chapters of a book without even stopping. Yo, enjoying this for half an hour. Alright? Yeah, not talking the whole
wanna
video
say
with
yes,
reading a
but I
book,
feel like I
reading a
should
book,
say
listening
no.
to all of our podcasts.
Yes, I know.
Too much,
The guy who killed
I
the
know, it was wrong.
Relax
Wait,
and
why
make
did you
art.
say yes?
Well, I made art earlier,
No,
but
I'm not
I didn't do it in this
shallow.
video.
You know what they
You
should
can look at the art later.
But yes, you would date him.
I can't use a mirror.
I
It's
just-
dumb.
Okay, what about
Just
you?
be able to do dumb
No.
for me.
No. But is he 6'5"?
Use your mirror that can show my artwork to be dumb.
Maxilla on point.
Are we looking
Relax.
at
Wait, so did you say yes?
I said probably not.
Probably not. But how about then
I can sum up you whenever I
what
want.
he did?
Just not too
Thumbs
bad
up.
to admit. The pretty view.
I don't think it was the
You
right
should
way
see
to
this.
handle
It looks
but
pretty.
I'm also not gonna cry over a CEO who denies
It's
people
really
health
like
insurance getting shot.
the outdoors
Shedding
has
tears
like
that I know
the
has
prettiest.
agree with it.
But talking like it's really pretty out there. Like the afternoon to nighttime segment of the day is really cool.
But they have the highest
It's really
rate
cool out
of
there.
denying
The clouds especially. The clouds parting the sunlight
He
behind
has
it.
the power. That
It looks really
CEO
cool.
has the power to make the situation better.
I'm also on the video.
Instead using the power
Yeah, then
to
see me
make
and Joe
that
at the time.
situation
Let's do a
worse.
live
So
stream.
Luigi,
Which I'll be
he's
doing
still
gaming for a
on
bit,
business,
but
and
I'll also
I'm a man that
do
can
vibes with
protect
this
and
as well.
provide.
Oh my
Do
God,
you-
you're fucking
Reading
so
Do
a
you
book.
not realize that
Reading
he had
a
to
book.
please the investors?
Reading a
because
book
lot
and
of
being
investors,
boring
like, they
for
want
videos
to
like this
save
for
a
so
lot of
long.
money
He was
too.
wealthy
Well,
literally.
look,
It's
I
all-
think it's fair to be critical of the healthcare
That's
system.
what I get.
And
It's
the
like
health insurance system in the United
almost
States.
halfway. That's where I remember
totally
reading
valid.
the
I
actual
have
book for
criticisms of
the
healthcare system
the
and
book
health
from like
insurance
the
system
ebook
in the
Kindle
United
version.
States. There's a lot of problems with it.
So that's why I'm out
However,
from beginning to that.
vigilantism and just fucking murking
Yeah.
a CEO in the street
Stonemont.
completely incompatible with
Stonemont
civilized
series. The
society.
reversion, by the way, is book
Completely
1 of the series.
incompatible.
I'm still reading it.
And you guys are fucking, bro. You guys should not be. We should just honestly,
Reading a
you're a citizen,
book.
but we should deport
Reading
you.
a
Can I
book.
change my answer?
I think we deport
I'm almost done
both.
filming almost.
You guys, we're gonna send.
I think
y'all-
this video wherever I
we'll
want.
deport you somewhere.
If you're saying that.
Send me to Sweden, please.
No,
Do you
we're
think
gonna
it's-
deport you to Venezuela. How about that?
Do you think it's okay if government, I'm not saying I'm doing this, but if I went and pulled a Luigi Mangione on whoever the CEO of Planned Parenthood is?
No, I said I don't believe in shooting anyone.
The Incredibles.
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Caitlin.
I'm gonna try another
Well,
icebreaker.
I haven't done
How come I'm
this
only
for
active in
a
my
while,
life when I'm
and
recording a
also, I am
video?
not
What the
God.
hell?
I don't make the decision of what is right or wrong. There
Why
are
not
things
apple
that
tangerine? 6 strawberry
I
cherry.
think are more ethically justifiable than not. I think
Okay,
that
hold on.
killing the CEO of
Oh, I
Planned
have opened this
Parenthood
before. Oh.
would be less ethical,
Tangerine.
I guess,
I would say
than killing the healthcare CEO. But I don't know
Maybe
that.
green apple.
Planned Parenthood has killed millions and millions of babies over the years.
the
Margaret
problem?
not Margaret Thatcher. Sorry, Margaret Sanger. She was literally a recorded eugenicist. Obviously, it's not Margaret Sanger now,
Yeah.
but it would be a different CEO, but they're still participating in that situation. Like how the United Healthcare CEO was not the founder of healthcare, but he still is participating in that situation.
Yeah,
Those
I
icebreakers,
did
bro.
see about
Watermelon, green
the
apple,
founder
tangerine, bro.
of Planned Parenthood having some less than ethical choices
Try it out.
and lifestyle and ideologies.
The
And
blue
I
one looks
obviously
like we
try
bomb
my
this one.
best not
Looks
to
like
agree
good
with
for it.
that.
Because once they have green
However,
and red,
abortion
pink,
is
for the
an
flavors, it's kind
important
of confusing.
procedure that we gotta
So I made
maintain
it sound
access
like
to. As you can make a more
Or
or
orange.
philosophical argument,
Orange
but
and
if
green.
we're gonna take it down
This is
to
better the same.
what can
That's
be
a little bit of
quantified,
red,
what
blue,
can be
red,
scientifically
green,
understood, then it is
You know what I'm saying?
more
You know what I'm
ideal.
saying?
No, it is necessary to have access, safe
Why?
access to abortions.
Why?
Because it prevents domestic violence. It prevents.
Over here.
Sorry, excuse
Oh my
me.
God.
So we're saying that men become violent
Look,
because their
look,
women
look.
have children?
No.
Shouldn't we then go after the men, not the babies that are the innocent victims?
We should go after the men. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
I
the
agree
men
with
that are domestic abusers, sure.
There for the
Okay.
feminist.
Why else should we keep abortion?
The feminist. I'll see.
Prevent back alley abortions. Abortion's going to happen either way. It's been going on
It's
since
on my
before
phone.
abortion was legal.
Yeah.
It's important we have a safe way for women to do it.
Okay,
He's
but
what's both.
if that was the argument years ago. Now women have it for
You want something else for a
any
bit.
reason. They have it all the way up to 9.
I think it has taken me 31 years.
Like the first 30 minutes of the video was just the viral podcast. So
One important thing. I am an unk. A certified anime unk. That is me. That term has definitely been thrown around on the internet as of recently. You've probably seen it in a bunch of my comments on like YouTube or Instagram or other social media that I'm on. And the biggest inspiration
when you
really
see
for
me
to
on this
talk
field
about
of
this
you,
came from a
and I
short
see
that I
myself
created where I
also
complained
on the
about
frame of
the
reference. I'm not gonna sing
misuse,
anymore.
I
I'm
would
done.
say, of
I'm
the
done.
term unk-slop. An example
You get what I mean,
of
right?
was this one
Perspective,
right here that says, "The
and then
second you turn
perspective.
34 and can't stop talking about unk-slop."
I'm not gonna explain that anymore.
Because of Majora's Mask,
I already watched this, but I'm
Tony
good to
Hawk's
enjoy
Pro
this.
Skater
Enjoy my time.
3, Final Fantasy
Five-
7, even
35 minutes
Pokemon,
almost.
Diablo, Resident Evil 4, StarCraft, you name it. See,
I'm
the
gonna try
one
this
thing
little
I don't
icebreaker
understand
real
about memes like this is that the stuff that they are referring to as unk-slop is not slop in the slightest. Like, it's all amazing, timeless, classic pieces of
I might have
media
the other
that every
mint
kid
versions.
of every generation should try to experience. I don't know if it's because the term slop has
Strawberry.
lost all meaning on the internet, because the internet is incredibly
Strawberry.
good at killing the meaning of certain things, or if it's just
Sorry.
simple rage bait, which if it is, then
I have a hard time
shit,
with these
man,
ones because they're all
you got this unk.
different
Or
like
perhaps
red.
it might
And
be
try.
ironic or even satire, which is another word that has lost all meaning on the internet. Either way, I think these memes are kind of stupid because
That was the hardest
for the
one.
most
Probably
part,
the difficult.
the things that they're referring to
color
as
outrage.
unk-slop
I ever
is
found.
not slop. It's like some of the best shit
Dark
that has
light
come out in the
and
90s
darker.
and the 2000s.
I think dark
Because like any
side
generation of
and
kids,
regular
they're always going
strawberry
to
and
look
mixes
back on the
light,
stuff
so.
that is before their time.
Or
in the
light
case with
strawberry,
today's
strawberry,
kids, the
strawberry.
stuff that we grew up,
No.
millennials grew up with
Dark
in the
is
90s
strawberry.
and the 2000s,
Or
is
strawberry,
considered just
regular
old
strawberry.
and slop because, oh, my
Okay.
uncle won't shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
millennials will look at that and go, oh, these fucking Gen Z kids don't understand, and start waving their fist at cloud. But you also have to understand that millennials were doing the same shit to Gen X and even baby boomer stuff. Sure, it wasn't everybody, but I definitely remember a
And that was
bunch
the
of
day
kids
this one,
in my
Tony,
year when I was in
January
primary
13th,
school or
2026.
high school who didn't
Oh,
even
you see
give
that.
two shits about anything that came out of
My
the 80s
mommy's
or the 70s or the
handwriting.
60s
Aw.
because to them it was just old,
My mommy's
irrelevant, or
handwriting.
not hip and cool
Aw,
anymore.
sweet
I think we
mommy.
just called it
Aw.
like dinosaur shit instead of unk slop, but
Have
essentially
you
the
enjoyed
meaning
this
is the same
video?
thing. But I think out out of all of
Text your mother for
frustrating
Valentine's
me
Day. She'll
about
enjoy
this
it.
Unslot meme is not even the fact
She'll love
that,
you for
like,
it.
my nostalgia
Hell, text your dad,
is
too.
attacked or anything like that. Like, I don't care about that. It's the fact that
He's not your Valentine's
some of
Day,
these Unslot
but he'll
memes
also
are
enjoy it
supposed to
because your
be
parents will hold his not
satire
for
or
Bye.
ironic
See you.
or